Good day, brothers and sisters in Christ, saints and sinners, Sabbath keepers, Sunday keepers. This is Lady Tiffany coming to you with a video about due process of law from I.S.T.O.P and parental rights. Preferably, you will learn how to protect your rights to due process of law and your parental rights, but also learn what to do to protect your children if you ever encounter CPS or the police department. So let's start with due process of law. What is due process of law? Due process of law is in the Constitution of the United States of America, and everyone is afforded due process of law. So, with this being said, let me tell you a little things that you may not think about if you encounter the police, CPS, or any court cases or judicial system. You may not think about that if you get an attorney that you give up some of your rights when you obtain an attorney, because now they're acting on your behalf as your representative. So now the judge don't have to speak to you in the court of law because you have given up some of your rights to the attorney to represent you. And a lot of times with attorneys, it doesn't matter if they court appointed or they are paid attorneys. Hear me clearly. Yes, I said paid attorneys or court appointed attorneys. They all have a bar number, so they work for the bar. The bar. They all have a bar number. So it doesn't matter. The state hold their license. So a lot of times they go against their clients for the state. Did you hear that? You heard it correctly. A lot of times they take plea deals instead of going to jury trials to get the truth on record. So again, yes, again, I will say it again. A lot of times, court appointed attorneys or paid attorneys will go against their clients for the state and take a plea deal and not a jury trial. Wow. The justice system is corrupt to its core and need to be dismantled on every different level that it can be reconstructed again. I um, would like to share with you okay, about due process of law and what amendment it is in the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is one one that trumps the 52 states constitution. Each state has their own constitution, but all of them have to adhere to the US United States Constitution. They cannot go and just do anything they choose and want to and infringe on your rights. Okay? Because the Constitution is supposed to protect your rights to due process of law, your civil rights, Bill of Rights, your parental rights, all your rights is protected under the Constitution rights. You got to be careful there too, but for the most part, it's a protection clause. So due process law is under the Fifth Amendment according to the Constitution. All right, where it says the 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 Fifth Amendment. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. The Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. I'm gonna read you the the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution so we can get a better understanding of due process of law. The Fifth Amendment says this to the federal government, that no one shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. The 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868, uses the same 11 words called due process clause to describe a legal obligation for all states. Now, let me repeat that again. The 14th Amendment, ratified in 1863, uses the same 11 words called the due process clause to describe a legal obligation of all states. So that lets you know that all states, all courts of laws have to abide by the U.S. Constitution and the due process of law clause and protect your rights to due process of law at all costs. Or you can file a lawsuit under 1983 civil rights due process, the tort claim, also under the color of law, depending if they're state officials, governors, attorneys, state officials, CPS workers, judges, attorneys, all fall under the color of law. And you can file a lawsuit. So it is very vital that you choose wisely if you're going to get consultation, meaning if you're going to obtain an attorney, whether it's court appointed or it is paid attorneys, because you're going to give up your rights to speak, give up some of your rights because you done told the court you need somebody to represent you in the court of law. And you can represent yourself in the court of law. It's called, it is called pro se, meaning by yourself, for yourself. That means you can represent yourself pro se. So you want to represent yourself in the court of law. You say, Judge, I would like to represent myself pro se, means by myself, for myself. I do not wish to obtain an attorney, whether it's court appointed attorney, nor by any other means or by paid attorney. I do not choose to obtain an attorney. I will represent myself in the court of law. So let's go to the 14th Amendment. I'm going to read that. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
It's about that. No, I should ask.
Get out of here. I'm busy. I'm making a live. Get out of here. Go. Go tell Keon to do it. Oh, I thought I had locked my door. Sorry, you guys. Now you can hear him crying now, right? You can hear him crying now because he is upset because his nana done put him out the room. Okay, we're gonna hear up here because we already at 8 minutes and 19 seconds. I don't want to be on here too long. Oh man, it's like giving me a Okay, here's the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. No state shall make or enforce any laws which shall abridge the privilege or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So as you can see, the 14th Amendment and the 5th Amendment all talks and protect your rights to due process of law, and the courts, the judicial system, the criminal justice system must follow the Constitution. Again, I will state again, all the 52 states have their own written up Constitution, but none of them trumps the United States Constitution. Okay? So they have to adhere and follow the U.S. Constitution. But yes, all states have their own Constitution. So we covered that. So with your due process of law rights, They must be protected at all costs. So I have to hold on. I have to write my daughter because see, they're making too much noise. So just hold on. I apologize for all the noise in the background. Okay. I don't sense this, so she better listen. Okay. So I'm going to share a little bit about my testimony of why I am capable and equipped to teach on these subjects and how I have firsthand knowledge of the system, of the judicial system, the criminal justice system, in the civil courts, in criminal court, and federal court, which is the highest court of government, federal. So, um, uh, I am a mother of 12 children, 8 living children. 12 children, 8 living children. And out of 8 living children, 6 of those children were wrongfully taken from me when I relocated from my home state, Michigan, to the state of Texas in 2009. I was held at gun by 5 police officers in the state of Texas by gunpoint. They kidnapped my kids in the middle of the night. They went into foster care. They stayed in foster care 5.5 years. I fought 6 courts. I filed my own motions and lawsuits myself. I went through 9 court-appointed attorneys, fired most of all of them, sued most of all of them in a federal lawsuit. I sued the judges. I sued the police officers. I sued the CPS workers, and I won my case. So I am very equipped because one thing they didn't know about this mother is that I had been studying laws for years. I actually wanted to be an attorney ever since a little girl. And so I'm highly educated, I'm multi-talented, too much I haven't done and went to school for. And so I was very equipped to handle a court case because I knew the Constitution, I knew my rights, and I knew how to file a motion and a lawsuit. So so I.S.T.O.P was birthed from the traumatic experience that me and my children suffered. 6 out of the 8 of my children were taken, not all of them, but 6 were. And during that time, my children, all 6 of them, was abused, raped, um, physically abused, um, abandoned, just neglected, and put on psychotropic drugs against my will and rights. And they were treating me like I didn't have no parental rights. Like my parental rights were terminated. Do you hear me? Like they was terminated. They was just denying me visiting phone calls, or detaining me, arresting me when I show up at court, arresting me when I show up at my business, trying to put me in mental hospitals. I mean, you name it. These crooked individuals did it. The CPS system is a wicked system. They are sacrificing children for title for emergency assistance money from the U.S. government. And fighting them is like fighting the government. So there you have it. Now you know. Don't hate the messenger. Just take the education. And so back to due process of law, back to the judicial system. Now, there is a thing called systematic racism because we know that the courts don't hold individuals that look like me or uh, another type of color because there's only one human race, and that's the human race. And uh, so it's not equal according to the United States Constitution, where we're supposed to have equal rights under the law, right? But it's not equal. People are treated unfairly because of the color of their skin. They are treated unfairly. And so the criminal justice system is corrupt. The judicial system is corrupt. It needs to be eradicated, dissipated, so that it can be reconstructed, so that it can really stand up, hold the position, and protect people's rights and grant unto them true, honest justice. So there you have it. Due process of law. Make sure yours are protected at all costs. If your attorney is not protecting your rights to due process, file a complaint against your attorney with the bar association. Call the bar association and say, I want to file a grievance against this attorney because he did XYZ in my case. Hey, if the judge violates your rights to due process of law, file a complaint on the judge with the board, the judicial board. And judges can get complaints filed too. CPS workers get complaints. Anybody can get a complaint. You can file a consumer's complaint if you disagree. And it's better to file a complaint than to stay silent. Because one thing about filing motions and stuff like that, once you get your case in the court, if it's just an investigation, that's just an investigation. But once it gets in the court of law, it's a whole new ball game. So say if you are a party, you are the prosecuting party, meaning that you filed a petition to um, take somebody to jail, take somebody kids, or whatever the case may be. You saying that they did X, Y, Z, and this is why you have to file an affidavit in the court, state the facts, and say this individual did X, Y, Z, and they don't deserve their children because they did X, Y, Z. If you are the defendant or the respondent, if you are the defendant or the respondent, whichever party, whichever side, left or right or left, good or bad, side, file a motion. Hear me clearly. Whatever side files a motion, if the opposite side do not file a motion to counteract what they said, guess what? Everything that particular side party said, the judge can take it as the truth, even though it may be not the lie, because you did not combat it. You did not file a motion or declaration of facts or affidavit or something to say that this is not true in the court of law. So it's one-sided because you didn't, protect your rights to do what's law. You didn't, advocate for yourself. You didn't say, "Oh no, judge, this didn't happen." And you have to do it in writing. Everything has to be done in black and white. Once it gets in the court of law, black and white. You're dealing with CPS, you're dealing with police. You better record. You better have videos out. You better record the conversations. You better have videos. You better make sure that you know your rights. So let's get into parental rights because we already like 18 minutes in. I don't want to keep you that long. Um, let's get into parental rights. Parental rights is something that all parents possess. But did you know that children have rights too? So we're going to go over the parental rights. Hold on, let me pull them up. Okay, hold on. All right, here is your parental rights and the responsibilities that follows. So, what is parental rights? Parental rights refer to several things, including physical and legal custody. Here is a list of the rights that a parent has in the United States. Physical custody. Physical custody refers to the right for a parent to have their child live with them. In some cases, such as divorce, the right might be shared between two parents. Legal custody. Legal custody is a little different than physical custody rather than simply being allowed to physically live with your child. Legal custody forces on the day-to-day decisions that a parent will make. Legal custody gives a parent or parents the right as well as the obligation to make any decision about their child upbringing. This includes but is not limited to education, choices, religion, and philosophical upbringing. Decisions about medical treatment is another right a parent has in making medical decisions about their children. A parent has the right and responsibility to make choices about their child's health. Right, here's another right right to enter into a contract. Minors are not usually legally able to enter into a binding contract unless it is for essential items. Because of this, a parent has the right to enter into a contract for a child. For example, a child actor would need to consent of a parent to enter into a contract for working on a TV show or movie. They would also need to have a parent sign for them. Right to pass property to a child. Parents have the right to pass property to a child through inheritance or through a gift. A will is still required in most states in order to pass down an inheritance, but a parent has the right to give it to them. Right to child visitation. A parent has the right to visit and have regular contact with their children. Parental rights in Michigan. The state of Michigan have several laws in place to protect parental rights. One law in particular gives parents and guardians the right to direct the care, teaching, and education of their child. That is that is a commonly referred as to the Act 451. Term down. We just went over we just went over some of the rights. Another thing I want to mention to you, nothing as a parent. Your job as a parent is to protect your child from all hurt, harm, and danger and death if you can prevent it. Always remember that. Your vital job, most important job, is to protect your children from all hurt, harm, and danger and death if you can prevent it. So that goes along with abuse, molestation, neglect, whatever the case may be, rape, whatever the case may be, death, whatever the case may be. You are to protect your child with your life. And termination of parental rights, what will get your rights terminated is chronic or extreme abuse or neglect, sexual abuse, sexual or physical abuse or other children in the home, chronic drug or alcohol abuse that leads to the incapacitation of the parents, failure to maintain contact with the child, abandonment. Some felonies may lead to termination of a right, the act of crime against the child or other family members, long-term incarceration in conjunction with long-term foster care. These things that will terminate your parental rights. Um, and to protect your parental rights, you can just Google parental rights in your state. Sometimes it change a little bit, from state to state, but pretty much, it'd be the same. So, um, how to protect your children from CPS before you encounter CPS? What you want to have written up for every child that you have in your home to protect them from not going into foster care, God forbid, in the event that you encounter CPS. This would be to type up some dual power of attorneys for each individual child. What you want to have on this dual power of attorney is their name, their full legal name, their date of birth, their social security number, um, who you want them to go with, meaning who you want to have a short custody with, and just in case you become incapacitated and you're not able to fulfill your duties, parental locals, as the child's parent, whether it's the mother or father. You want to have these things typed up in advance. You can do them at home. You don't need an attorney to type up them. The next time I come on, I should have grabbed them, but I got them. I got copies of them. I can walk you through the process. If you call me at 810-309-7279, if you're having problems or understanding how to type them up, I can walk you through. I do not charge for my services. All services are free, but some things are prices are negotiable. So some things are negotiable. It depends on the prices of um, different things. Like I have a clothing line called I.S.T.O.P. That is not free. Those things are for sale. I take all donations 24 hours out the day through PayPal, and I don't use Cash App because Cash App takes your money and steals your money. So you constantly have to make another Cash App. Like if I did another Cash App, that would be like my third Cash App that I'd have made already because they was taking my money out the other ones. So but if you contact me and you're having problems with CPS and you currently have an open and closed CPS case, I can help you through your case, advocate for you, show you what you should not do and what you should do, who to contact. If you having problems with a state agency, you want to contact your state officials, your representatives, your congressmen, your governors, your etc., your state officials, and you want to file complaints against the state agency whom you feel has violated your rights or are not following their rules and regulations or the law. I'm going to get off here right at 30 minutes. I'm just going to be 30 minutes because it's already almost 26 minutes. So we got like 4 more minutes and then I will be off of here. Um, I want to show you a little thing here. This is my portfolio, one of my portfolio books. I have in here one of my certificates, and when I graduated with honors out of under Bishop T.D. Jakes and Sarita Jakes. These are letters. This particular letter was actually from Barack Obama. You can't really see it because of the light, but this letter was from Barack Obama. So in this book, it has different letters that I have received over the years from different state officials that I've written on behalf of myself and behalf of different clients that I've helped in their situations dealing with the system. So this is what this. This is actually a letter that I written to Loretta Lynch. She was the attorney for the DGO, the Department of Justice in the United States. These are just letters. I'm going to show you a declaration of facts, though, that I write to mostly all the state officials and to the president. This is a declaration of facts, and I can lead you how to write one. This is a declaration of facts, and this went to President Barack Obama, President Trump, state officials that I've written over the years. So this conclude this live. Preferably you learn something. Preferably you will subscribe to the channel below. I am new to YouTube. I will be coming on as God leads me to share valuable, pivotal information for you to protect your rights. Okay. And so, if you want a more in depth, you can call me. You can also email me at I.S.T.O.P at yahoo.com. That is ISTOPAWARESSNOW. I stop awareness now at yahoo.com. Or you can call me at 810-309-7279 if you need um, someone to advocate for your rights. Thank you. You be blessed. I pray that God protect all brothers and sisters in Christ, saints and sinners, uh, brothers and sisters in Christ, saints and sinners, Sabbath keepers, Sunday keepers, the lost sheep of Yeshua Christ, away from all harm and danger and death. That whatever you get, you receive whatever I'm teaching you on these lives, so that you can be better equipped to handle yourself and know your rights when you encounter the judicial system, CPS, or law enforcement. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, peace. It's been a real live. Lady Tiffany is signing out. Thank you. Okay, how do I end streaming? Okay, how do I stop this video? The streaming will stop me when you know when you live. Okay, I know that. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm new.